Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jada Blossom, and I have a retirement card to share with you today. Hey, so I'm using Jada Blossom's chair die, their fabric stencil, their congratulations stamp set, the Bicycle and Friends dies, and their border dies. I put that together on the Bicycle and Friends die assembly. I'm using the Playful Pastels and Farm Fresh Holiday from Honeybee Stamps. So I cut out this chair out of this pink pattern. That was that Playful Pastel 6-inch pad. And I'm inking around the edges with Distress Oxide ink in Victorian Velvet. All my die cutting today was done with my Anna Griffin Empress machine, working on a Stampin' Up! Pad, all the normal stuff. Okay, so I'm just inking around these patterns. These are all from that Playful Pastels 6-inch pad. And just basically going to ink around all these other pieces as well. And then I will assemble it on my Neenah Solar White 80-pound piece of cardstock that I cut the base chair out with. There we are. And I'm going to add ink just to where those little circle dies sort of cut out little buttons. And I'm just going to make sure those will show up as dark pink as well when I layer up my my cardstock or my pattern paper. So I'm using Artist's Glue from scrapbook.com, and I'm just going to add it to the back of this chair die. These are super cute, perfect for all of Jada Blossom's gnomes. They could be sitting on these chairs. So much fun. So I'm just using my reverse tweezers, and I'm just going to add that to the base, and you can see the pink buttons. I do weight things down in between with an acrylic block. Next, I'm going to add on my little seat cushion. There we are. It's fun having the mixed prints. Now I'm going to add the bottom part of that chair. There we are. And then I'll add the 2 armrests in a moment. And like I said, I always weight it down with an acrylic block just to make sure it sticks really well. And I'm going to add my last, like I said, the 2 armchairs, or the 2 arms of the armchair. There we go, lining things up. And then I'm going to add the 2 little legs. And these were cut from dark chocolate cardstock from Paper Tray Ink, using my reverse tweezers there. And there we are, and I will weight that down. Okay, so next I'm adding on a piece of soft stone cardstock, cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, the same size as an A2 size card, because I'm covering the whole front of this A2 size card front. The base of the card is Paper Tray Ink white cardstock. It's just really nice and thick, and I wanted it to be nice and thick. Next, I cut some pattern paper from that, I think it was Playful Pastels. And I cut it out 1/8 of an inch smaller than an A2 size card base. And I'm going to add that to my card front with some HG tape. Just making sure I have an even border all the way around, or as even as I can get it, right? There we are. Next, I'm going to add a 1-inch strip of, it looks like white wood planks. And that's from the Farm Fresh Holiday 6-inch pad from Honeybee, and I'm adding that to the bottom of my card. And then I'm going to add on 2 borders that I cut from Jada Blossom's border dies. And I used white Paper Tray Ink cardstock, and I'm going to add them down onto my card front, sort of like that's a baseboard. So I'm going to add those 2 pieces with some ATG tape, and there we go. So we got a baseboard now, sort of. On the inside, I'm adding a 1-inch strip of this fun pattern paper from that same Playful Pastels from Honeybee Stamps. And I'll add that with some ATG tape, basically 1/4 of an inch from the bottom of the card. And I will cut off that overhanging paper with a pair of scissors. So pretty easy, lining everything up. And on the inside, I'm going to stamp a sentiment from that using that congratulations stamp set. So I'm going to line up that word congratulations, and I will stamp it using my Misty. And I'm going to use that same Distress Oxide ink in Victorian Velvet. This is why I love Distress Oxide ink. You can ink blend with it, and you can stamp with it because it's got a pigment Like it's not just a dye ink, it's a pigment ink as well. So it's just kind of fun. So I'm just stamping that, like I said, in that Victorian Velvet. So it says congratulations. And then underneath, I'm going to line up 2 little sentiments from the same stamp set. So it'll say on your, and then it'll say retirement. So I'm just trying to get them where I want them. And I'm using those misty corners just to get things straight. There we go. And then I'm going to use VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink to stamp those 2 things, or those 2 little sentiment add-ons. There we go, on your retirement. Isn't that fun? So that's the inside of the card. Next, I'm pulling out this fabric stencil. Now, this was a freebie for our for Jaded Blossom's October 2024 release. And, you know, Jaded Blossom has these routinely. You have to qualify. You have to spend a certain amount of money pre-shipping and handling. It's available only for a couple of days while supplies last. And then eventually these products will be added to the store in a few months. And then you can get your hands on it. So what I'm doing is I'm using this fabric stencil to add some sort of pleated marks onto the back of my wing chair. And I'm just using that same Victorian Velvet, and I lined it up with the buttons. Isn't that fun? I just think it looks super cute. Now on the outside, I'm going to stamp a sentiment using the Relax stamp set from Jaded Blossom. And I'm stumbling over my words here. And I'm going to stamp that in the upper left-hand corner, using my Misty again, because it's your best friend. And I'll stamp in VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And you just want to press very lightly. You don't want to, you know, ruin the detail of your stamp. So just lightly. And there we go. Isn't that fun? So it's kick back and relax and kick back and relax, happy retirement. So next I'm going to add this little cute puppy dog onto the front of my card. Remember, you can watch me assemble that in the Bicycle and Friends die assembly. So check that out. So I'm going to glue down this chair with some of that artist glue. There we go. And I will stick that down there in the center of the card, kind of overlapping the flooring. There, isn't that sweet? I just think it's adorable. Next, I'm adding on my little dog. And isn't that cute? I just think it's adorable. And there we are. Next, I'm going to pull out, these are Doodlebug shape sprinkles. They're called I Love Snow. And they're just hearts. And I'm going to use some gray hearts on this background. So I'm going to put 3 in the upper right-hand corner and then 2 in the lower left. You know, visual triangles and all that jazz, right? So 3 in the upper right and 2 in the lower left. And then we will be done this really quick and easy card for retirement. So there we go. There we go. And isn't that cute? I just think it's adorable. And then there's the inside. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired by the team. The Jaded Blossom store to get your hands on these amazing products. And thanks as always for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Make sure to come back and watch some more soon. Bye, everybody.